Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to tell you guys about why I think oil is still going to be relevant in the next 20 years. So the current situation America is in right now is the reason why oil and gas is slightly confusing on what is the future of it, because some parts of Americans want to replace the whole world with green energy instead of just using oil and gas. But of course, they want to starve their own country. But the thing about replacing green energy with oil and gas is that this act is nearly impossible. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is the importance of oil, okay, in our world today. Oil is probably one of the most important things in our life other than oxygen and food. I mean, it's not really what we needed in the past, but whoever created factories and buildings and light bulbs and cars, they've made oil one of the most important things in our life, since none of the things I've just named are able to function without it. So just think about it. How is the US supposed to make all the buildings, all the house, all the cars, and all the factories they have built-in oil and gas systems underground to be completely replaced by green energy? Tell me. Oh, okay, you gotta put it on top. No, I'm not talking about the problem of the technical problem, because I know the technical problem is solvable. But I'm talking about solving the whole country. Just to give you a concept of how hard it is to be able to accomplish this, is that America's not even able to put 5G all around the country yet. Yes, they have 5G at most of the important areas, but at the places like jungles, they don't have it. Like, who needs internet in the jungle? I'm just saying. But the point is, America is not even able to achieve this. What makes you think that they will be able to achieve every single building switching into green energy? Okay? That would cost so much time and so much labor and so much money that looking at it from a bigger picture, it looks like it's completely not worth it. But as if it wasn't already hard enough to convince one country to be able to fully operate with green energy, now you have to tell me how you have to solve the problem for the rest of the world. Okay, for the stronger superpower countries, it's not that hard comparing to the developing countries. So the countries that are developing right now and wanting to be strong, want to be the next rising star, want to be the next really strong country, you think they would just sacrifice everything? Sacrifice everything, put it down, and then just... Yeah, I think spending a lot of time and my money, even though I'm still poor, to making this happen. Just to make my country use green energy. It's gonna be so beneficial in the next 10 years, even though I have horrible economy. Yeah, of course not. So, it's really gonna be super hard. So I don't really see oil really being not relevant in the picture for the next 20 years. It's almost impossible. But now, moving on to point 2. So the second thing I want to tell you guys about is the oil price. Because to the US, no matter it goes up or down, it's a bad thing. I mean, not a bit, but if it goes too high, it'll be a bad thing. Too low, it'll be a bad thing. So example, okay, by the way, the oil price is at $70 per barrel right now. If it goes to $150 per barrel, it's gonna be bad for some governments' political reasons, which I'm not gonna get into politics. And if it gets to $60, which is $10 lesser than right now, it'll be cheap and there will be a lot of people buying. And when there's too cheap, it means inflation. So yeah, inflation, try to avoid inflation, and you know, political problems if it goes too high. So yeah, they have to maintain the price, but yet they have to like try to swap into green energy. This is really going to fluctuate the price in really different ways. So at the same time, they have to switch, but then they also have to like make sure oil is stable, because oil is actually a huge factor that affects economy largely, because there's nothing in this world that you have to transport that doesn't require oil. So yeah, that's a huge thing right there. So yeah, you have to make sure the price is like okay, and also making sure that all the transition is okay. Yeah, it's probably almost impossible. So that brings me to my third point, which is why I think oil will not go away in the next 20 years or even 30. My theory is that in the future, they won't really replace oil, but instead of replacing oil, it's kind of like a huge alternative in the future that many people turn to as a flexibility. And also, I think the prices really need to lower down for green energy in the future, and then it will become like a safe alternative and cheap alternative at the same time. And then that's where the world will slowly not transition but lay an alternative on top of oil and kind of solve it. If you think about it, actually there's no huge reason to completely annihilate or replace oil as a whole, because I think that actually the thing that they're trying to solve is climate change, but then if we're using like very little oil, then I don't really see a problem with it. So I think that in the future oil is actually not going to be replaced, but just having a different alternative in the picture. So my conclusion is basically in this video, I think that oil is not going to be replaced, and I think it's just going to be another alternative. And I actually still think that oil can earn you a lot of money. Oil and gas can earn you a lot of money in the next 20 30 years, because there is many more developing countries that need a huge amount of oil from here on out, and probably until you die. So yeah, anyways, if you agree with what I said in this video, I hope you like and subscribe. I hope you comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.